I was looking at Twitter again. That's where I look at Twitter, and played the clip of the school dinner lady who was interviewed during a march. Um, I'm not sure which march it was now, and um, she talks about how now what she has found herself doing is that she is, I don't know where she is in line on the dinner route, but it's her that says yes or no. It's her that says, I'm sorry, but you can't have that. It's her that knows there's no money in the account and you can't have that. She said it used to be, perhaps once a month parents had forgotten to put money in. Um, and now she said it's happening more frequently. And she's, a child has obviously arrived with the tray of dinner, and she's having to refuse them. And there are so many things wrong with that. It's dreadful, absolutely dreadful, that kids are being refused food. Full stop. That should never happen. What happened to free school meals? Um, Secondly, a child should not end up at that point in the queue being refused. One, she talks about, how humiliating it is for them to be in front of their peers being refused food. Um, but the whole thing of actually, here I am, I've got my dinner, and then being refused is just disgusting. There should be somewhere further back. If that's going to happen, it shouldn't be happening anywhere. They shouldn't be refused. Somebody should be paying for the fucking dinner. It's a child. They should be fed. But that aside, there should be somewhere up the line that stops this child actually going in to choose their dinner, to pick up their dinner, to remove them from that humiliating situation in the first place. Or, you know, I can't believe there are kids that are not being fed. I can't believe that children are being turned away. That sounds like a third world country, doesn't it? Does that not sound like the sort of thing you'd expect from a third world country? So I thought I should look, make sure, check out what happens here, um, because maybe kids are being turned away here. Um, and what I'm reading is that almost universally, councils subsidise the cost of school meals, and indeed a small number of areas, school lunches are provided without charge. That's how it should be, isn't it? Generally expect to pay from €4 to €8 per meal. This is 2020 prices, and for those on a low income, school will be able to provide financial assistance towards the cost of the meals. I hope that's correct. Children should never be refused a meal. I'm shocked. Absolutely shocked. And that's not going to get better, is it? Nothing's going to change to improve that. It's not suddenly gonna. You're not suddenly gonna find that the government are gonna say, "Oh no, we need to feed the children. We'll provide free school meals." I'm gonna pause you because I think I read something about Finland the other day. God, my memory's good. In Finland, each child and young person attending pre-primary, basic, and upper secondary education can enjoy a free school meal. Nearly 850,000 pupils and students are entitled to a free lunch. So it can be done, and I just can't believe what I saw on Twitter. My heart bleeds. I don't know what I can do. I want to do something. I hate seeing something like that. I want to make a difference, and I can't. I could make a difference probably to one child, but that's a child in the UK. Should I make a difference to one child in the UK? Maybe I'll think about how I can do that. But I send money to I send money to refugee charities, and I have for a long time done loans for Kiva, which isn't giving money as such as loaning money, and then it gets repaid, and then it gets loaned to someone else, and there's a whole, the money just keeps going. I've been doing that for years, so it's good. But what was I saying? Why was I saying that? Yes, so that's the sort of stuff that I do. I want to. Okay, with my YouTube earnings, maybe there is another way I can help another child. But I'm used to sending this money to third world countries. I'm used to sending it. Oh, that's it. We support the butterfly tree. We've done that. Again, that we've been doing that for years. We send monthly amounts, which goes towards the education of the children there in the orphanage. And when one of the children reaches a certain age and they move on, then we transfer that money to a younger child and then provide money towards their education. But that's, these are countries that are struggling. These are kids that are, in really dire straits. And yet, here I am thinking, well, maybe I could do something like this for a child in the UK. Whoever thought? Whoever thought that any of us would think like that? That actually some of the children in the UK are in a similar situation as these kids in the orphanage in Africa. Whoever thought that? But that's where we're getting to. That's how it's getting. That's where we're coming to. It's absolutely horrific. It's disgusting. And it ain't going to get any better. On a separate note, I saw two photos on Facebook. My friend Leslie, I'm going to just find it, and she shared this earlier in the evening. Yesterday, she shared a photo of a festival that had taken place, the Shambhala Festival, and there was a picture of the field that the Shambhala Festival had been held in, and it was completely empty and clean. It's a third of the size of. They don't say what it's a third of the size of. I don't know whether they're comparing themselves to Glastonbury, but we're bursting with pride to announce that 0 tents were left behind at Shambhala 2022. We had a few broken tents which were packed up neatly at bin points, which is amazing. We've had one report that somebody did leave a tent, so campers took matters into their own hands, packed it up for them properly, and left it at the recycling point. A huge extra thank you to those people. We're blown away. It can be done. Thank you, the heroes. And then in another post from another friend, Ronnie, she shared pictures from Reading Festival. And it's just disgusting. It just shows that people have no respect for other people. They don't have respect for property. They have no respect for money. It's just atrocious. No respect for the environment, no respect for the planet. Disgusting, broken, destroyed, tents everywhere, litter everywhere, shit everywhere. It's absolutely disgusting. And I run out of words. I have run out of fucking words. What is it with people that they think that they can do that? Are they so fucking important that they don't have to bother with deconstructing their tent? So, anyway, that really pissed me off. It pissed Ronnie off too, obviously, because she shared it. What does she say? Oh, well, she doesn't have any words. Cost of living crisis, clearly not touching those spoilt human beings. Do they actually give a shit about anything? Exactly. So I'm going to go off and see how and if I can help at least one child, because I can't bear to think of a child arriving with their tray of food and not only being refused the food but being humiliated in front of all their peers. I can't bear it. I hope there is something I can do. If there is something I can do, I'll come back and let you know, because there might be something that you can do.